Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast. This is episode 133. Read the Quick Shuffle, guys. I'm Joe.
I always say I'm Joe. I'm good. Like before you even said anything.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's because I paused. Oh, man. And I'm exhausted.
Ass crack of dawn. We're doing this. You know,
Yeah,
happens every once in a great while.
Exactly. Like I didn't even bother turning the light on in my room besides the ring light in front of me. My goal yesterday, when you texted me saying, let's just do it 5:30 in the morning. Oh, by the way, Sarah's not here because one, it's 5:30 in the morning. Two, Sarah works a fuck ton. So
Yeah.
Sarah's not here today. No big deal. But anyways, when you texted me saying, let's do it at 5:30 in the morning, and I obviously said, sure, because that leaves my whole day open now to do whatever the hell I want.
Right.
My plan was I'll just stay up all night. I'll like play video games, watch videos, and then I'll just like go to sleep after we finish recording at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Not really worried about it. So that's exactly what I did. I got home last night. I turned on, Shannon and I watched some Stranger Things. And which, by the way, new season of Stranger Things fucking slaps.
Fucking garbage. I don't
So
watch Stranger
good.
Things.
Yeah, it's so good. So fucking good. But anyways, so then we finished watching the show. And I was like, okay, I'm going to the office, turning on Twitch, maybe play some video games. I'm going to stay up. Turned on Twitch and I was like, wow, fuck, I'm tired. So I laid down on the futon, but like I didn't want to get too comfortable. So I didn't put a blanket on. I didn't use a pillow. I did not recline the futon. I just laid on my stomach with how it is right now and woke up at 5:19.
So what time did you go to bed?
I have no idea what time it was. I honestly, I remember moving to the futon.
Like, what time did you get home?
Oh, I got home from work at like 10:40. It was pretty late when I like finally came into the office and like laid down. So like I know that I was exhausted when I did lay down because I hardly remember it. And then when I got up and I was looking for my phone, I thought it was on my desk because somehow it ended up on my floor under my desk, which means I must have dropped it at some point.
Yeah.
So like
gotta sleep and like,
yep. And so I just got up and went to the futon, which I remember laying down on the futon. I don't remember like the walk over there or me falling asleep in the chair. In my mind, it was all just like I sat down and I was like, I feel like kind of laying down. And then I did. It was probably like I don't know, 2:30, 3 o'clock that I actually like laid down on the futon.
What I would have done if I was you, I would have just fucking went to bed because you just wake up at an earlier time than usual.
Well, that's what Shannon was trying to convince me to do. But I was like, if I go to bed at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night after we finish watching the show, it's going to be very difficult for me to get up at 5:15.
I mean, I do think that sometimes when it's like, but like, are either of you a light sleeper? I mean, I know
Shannon is. Shannon would have, like, if I had set an alarm, Shannon would have woken me up.
Yeah.
But like, I would have been dead tired. Like right now I'm okay. But like I would have been dead tired if I had actually been like asleep comfortably in bed.
I don't know. I would have taken the
yeah, probably. And fuck me, I guess. But
the extra tiredness, and maybe we'd be like, yo, just give me a second, let me wake up here, splash some cold water in the face. And then because then it's just like, oh wow, I got from
whereas like
a.m.
to
whatever.
Whereas now, like, I'm gonna go to bed after this.
Yeah,
and probably wake up at fucking like noon, waste my whole day anyways. But it's whatever.
The other day I was so I usually have my water bottle next to my bed.
Gotta have that early morning water, middle of the night, wake up.
Something, bro. Because like, no doubt about it, I'm sleeping there with my mouth, tongue hanging out.
Dry as shit.
Yeah, but because I do that on regular when I'm awake.
Yeah.
So it's like, but yeah, I never used to do it. And dude, what the hell is in our eyes?
I know.
I never used to do it, and then I started waking up, and it was just my mouth was just terrible. It was like,
Yeah.
throat was sore, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start putting water next to my bed. Well, I started doing that, and the other day I was like up, I got the water bottle, and it's like I took a sip of water, and then all of a sudden I like just got a cold sensation on my back. And I didn't close my, like I was closing in the middle of closing my water bottle, I'm guessing. And I just was like, the water just hit my back because it went into my bed. I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, I'm up. And so I just completely like moved away
Yeah.
like from it. So I was like, and I just kind of like took my sheet and was just like, so the water would just like spread away or whatever. But yeah, that fucking woke me up.
Oh yeah.
And I know, I mean, it is a hydro flask. So I was gonna say I know it's not like fucking cold, but it
was pretty chilly.
I guess it could have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I touched my back and I was like, ah.
I started drinking a glass of water like right before bed to try and prevent the dying of thirst in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And it tends to help a little bit. Plus, it feels like it helps me fall asleep a little bit better because I'm just like, chug a glass of water and I'm just like, ooh, that's nice. Just pass the fuck out.
You don't like milk, right?
Fuck that. Yeah, I hate milk.
I don't care. You know how people be like, oh, warm glass of milk before bed.
That's so gross.
Like what?
So gross.
I've never. Okay, no, I don't think I've ever done that.
No.
And it's like, why? Why a warm glass of milk?
Yeah, I don't like. I get something warm right before bed, like that's gonna make you nice and cozy.
Yeah,
but like milk,
I could understand like tea, but like
right.
I guess
or like
tea's caffeine.
I guess the thing I could relate it to the most would be like if I had like a glass of like hot chocolate right before bed,
right?
I'd be like,
that's the only time milk should be like warm.
Yeah,
I feel like. Because I mean, I also use water and hot chocolate too sometimes, but
yeah, sometimes. But like milk just makes it better.
It is. It's just creamier. You just gotta make sure you keep it stirring. So,
if you get that fucking fat on top,
dude, every time it was just.
Yeah, that's fucking hot chocolate's over for me if I get that layer on top.
Oh my God.
That's why I use almond milk now. Almond milk doesn't have that.
You ever heard of sun butter?
The fuck is is that like sunflower seed?
Yeah.
Butter?
Because I was literally just before, like on my break at work, I was watching.
I remember the story.
Okay, yeah, write that down. I remember, or fuck, saying your thing. I was at work on my break watching the Hey Babe podcast.
Yeah.
And a little, like maybe a week ago that they posted it, a little behind. And it was, and Chris DeStefano was saying, he was like, oh, you got to have sun butter because you can't have any type of nut butter in schools anymore. And
I'm going to give you this nut butter.
he goes, bro, if your kid brings down or brings any type of nut butter to school, it's basically equivalent of somebody bringing a gun to
that's so fucked. That's so fucked.
He literally said that, and I was like, oh my God, I can't. Some of the stuff they say, I'm just like, man, they really don't care. But I mean, obviously they're joking, you know.
Yeah.
Because I laugh at it. I find it hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Like, terrible thing that's happening in our country, but like also that's fucking hilarious. Because also it holds a bit of truth, right? Like there's so many fucking little rat bastard children are allergic to everything under the goddamn sun.
Oh yeah.
Because all pregnancies are essentially fake nowadays anyways.
Wait, what?
I don't know. They fucking shoot you with so much shit while you're pregnant. A kid comes out fucking with a degree already, but they've got so many issues medically.
The doctors are just shooting them with like stuff. So it's like they're shooting them with this. They're probably shooting them with like a vegan shot. So they come out like, they're like, we gotta have these people stop eating meat. So we're just gonna like,
Yeah.
okay, you're vegan now.
Yeah.
For
Kid
every
comes
10
out.
for
Kid
every
comes
10
out. They go,
vegan,
I'm vegan.
yeah. For every 10 vegans, there's one non-vegan that they can do. Like, all right, we gotta keep some.
Yeah, we got to keep some meat in there.
But for every 10 vegan, or maybe it should, no, they definitely want the majority to be vegans, right?
That's what I think they're leading towards. Let's go like 5 and 4. For every 5 vegans they shoot up.
Yeah. They shoot up. Whoa.
Wrong phrasing. For every 5 vegans they make, there's 4 non-vegans.
Yeah, vegans are the worst ones, right?
I fucking hate vegans. Yeah,
they're
the worst. Vegetarians are fine, totally okay. You don't want to eat meat because of because of something. That's fine. I don't really agree with it, but it's fine. You'll still eat eggs. You'll still eat fish. Some people will still eat fish. You'll still drink a glass of milk.
Yeah.
Vegans are like, I only eat leaves sustainably sourced. I go, wow. Let me know when you wilt away into the fucking wind, you dumb bitch. I recently was at Miller's, which is like the Applebee's. I mean, they have Applebee's down here, but it's Applebee's equivalent type restaurant down here.
Right.
And I'm still thinking of the comments I made, but
the wilt away into the wind.
Yeah. But I was there and I was talking about the food that I don't like and food that I do like. And generally when I'm with a new group of people and at work, we always have like a cycle of new group of people, just like a rotating door of new people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And so it inevitably gets brought up, the long list of food that I don't like to eat. And so we were talking about that. They go, what do you eat? And I'm like, I eat steak, chicken, pizza. I like a lot of food, but
the basics.
Yeah. I just don't like the weird shit. So they go, oh, well, so like, you're not like a vegetarian or anything. I go, no, I'm not a vegetarian. And I was like, and just for the record, I don't know that this is exactly how it got brought up. But like, just for the record, I hate vegans. And they I wait for a reaction when I say that, because so many people nowadays are vegan that like you're bound to say that in front of a vegan.
Yeah.
So like I was at a big group of people. There was probably like 30, 40 of us at this restaurant. And I said, I hate vegans. And I just like kind of looked around. I was like, ooh, is somebody here? Like, did I just set somebody off? And I like waited and people kind of looked around a little bit. So I got a sense that somebody was at least once vegan.
Yeah.
They've experimented.
They tipped their toe in there.
Yeah. And so we started asking about it. And I was like, I like asked around. I go, let me just get like let me just prove to you how much I really hate them. So I asked somebody who like I have a like not close, but like I have a friendship with. And I was like, hey, are you vegan? And she was like, oh, well, I used to be, but not anymore. I like chicken nuggets too much, something like that. And I was like, see, good. I used to hate you. And now I don't anymore. And that's just like, I tell people all the time, I go, you've never met a vegetarian who doesn't shut the fuck up about the fact they're vegetarian. They'll bring it up if you're like, hey, let's go to this steak restaurant. And they go, oh, well, I'm vegetarian. I can't. I'd be like, oh, sorry, by mistake. We'll go somewhere where they have other options. Vegans, you say, hey, my name's Joe. They go, hi, I'm vegan. And my name is this.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't give a fuck.
If food is brought up,
they're vegan. Yeah.
Then tell me.
Yep.
Just let me know.
You mean, okay. I thought that. Yeah. Right. You're saying like in defense of them bringing it up, only bring it up when talking about food.
Yeah. I don't need you to be like, hey, I'm vegan and my name is.
Yeah.
That's not the first thing I need to know about you. I'd like to know your name first.
Yeah.
Okay,
so my thought process, to your point, but to make it harder for them to talk about it, only if we're talking about going out to eat, like what we're going to have for dinner or, any meal.
Yeah.
Then be like, well, just keep in mind, I am vegan. But that's the things they say, keep in mind, because they've already told me 15 million times. I already fucking know that they're vegan. But they'll just be like, just, we have to find a place that's vegan friendly. And I'm like, bet. So you need fucking oats. Okay. Like a goddamn cow.
Yeah, why don't we just fucking put you in a pasture?
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Graze amongst the wildebeest.
Graze away.
But yeah, that's like you not wanting to eat animal byproducts, fine. I don't care what you fucking eat. That's totally okay. You rubbing it in my face and thinking that for what I eat, I'm wrong.
I've never met a vegan.
I have, and I hate them.
Because I've never, like, I know some vegetarians, and it's not even like, and they don't, I have none of them have bugged me.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, oh, I'm a vegetarian. And of course I will forget. Actually, no. Well, sometimes I do.
I often forget, and I'm dating one.
I sometimes forget. And if they're like, oh, I'm a vegetarian, I'm like, oh, right. But I've never met a vegan because I definitely would know. Like, I look out for them. Not that I'm like, I think you're like I'm like, I feel like if someone told me like, hey, I'm a vegan, I'd be like, oh.
Checks out.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm never hanging out with you.
Yeah. No, it's just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm all right.
Like, I'm gonna keep in the back for the first time I meet you. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head.
Yeah.
If you're funny and all that, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. If you never bring it up to me, that's fine.
So you know, that's back there. And if I hear you say it fucking 3 more times, I swear to God.
That was the other thing that they brought up when I was at the restaurant. They would go, well, what if I decide like tomorrow that I'm vegan, but you and I are really close? I go, I hate you. Our friendship would cease to exist because you've gone vegan.
Be gone.
And like, I tell people all the time, I go, Shannon if Shannon, like, she is pescatarian, so she eats no meat, but she eats fish. If she decided tomorrow to no longer eat fish, to no longer eat the eggs that she eats every morning for breakfast, to no longer, I think it's probably like, it's for the animal byproducts for her. But if she decided to not do that anymore, I would dump her ass like a rock in the water.
There's no shot you would do
that. Maybe not right away, but the second she was like, Joe, I'm vegan, I'd be like, nah, get out. Like, you're fucking done. I would be out.
Somebody take this peasant away from me.
Yeah, disgusting. Give me a burger in the process. I just like what I want, and it's so terrible to think to like want something like this, because like, people's choice is people's choice, whatever. Like, they can do whatever the fuck they damn well please. I want to trick a vegan into eating just a smorgasbord of animal stuff.
The fuck is smorgasbord?
Just a large,
every type of meat there.
Layout.
Pork, brisket, steak.
But like,
make it look like a keto friendly cake.
Yeah, you got to convince them that it's all plant-based.
Yeah.
And if I can't get a whole, buffet, let's just use the word buffet to make your smooth brain understand it better.
Yeah, what the fuck is a smorgasbord? Like, never heard that term. I hate people who use the word smorgasbord.
But I just want to like trick them into like eating something, right? Like, I don't know, a chicken nugget if I can, like something that's like easy to convince them it's plant-based. I just don't know.
Just get the Impossible Whopper, but make it an actual Whopper.
Yeah.
Just be like, this is the new Impossible Whopper. You want to taste it? Uh-huh. It's burger.
You just ate a burger.
Neat. Yeah, Joe, you're horrible.
Yeah, probably.
Horrible.
But like, fuck them, like.
It's so funny that
you're not going vegan for health reasons, right? Like, you can go vegetarian for health reasons. Like, some people are at least like partially vegetarian, I guess. Like, some people I know like can't eat like red meat. Like, so they don't have steak, they don't have burgers, which like I'm so sorry for you. It just like doesn't agree with them. So like I get that, right? Like that's fine, but nobody is going vegan for health reasons because it cuts out so much of your diet that you have now narrowed it down to plant-based milk, plant-based meat, plant-based everything. Everything is all of a sudden plants. Where you're getting the protein?
Nuts.
The amount of protein you can get from a nut versus,
Yeah, but like those people don't eat a lot.
I guess. Yeah, I've never met a
No.
fat vegan.
Like they're not like people who need their protein, who are eating like 6 eggs a day, a protein shake, and then a steak for a snack. Like they're getting their protein. People who are vegan, they're like, oh yeah, I measured out for this whole week a quarter cup of nuts. A quarter cup of nuts. I've got my vegan patty. I was gonna say turkey burger, but that's not possible for them. They got their quarter cup of nuts. They got their lettuce burger, and
Just lettuce on bread.
Yeah.
They're also gluten-free though, so it's a gluten-free bun.
Oh, right. Yeah. They don't. So like, yeah, they don't eat much because it's like they don't put a lot in their body to fill it up. So I think that's why it's like, I don't know. I don't know if they, or maybe they take supplements.
Maybe.
Maybe to get like their other stuff, they're taking like 16 vitamins a day as well.
God.
On top of their quarter cup of nuts
and their lettuce burger.
Their lettuce burger and their rice cakes.
Rice cakes slap though.
They do.
Yeah.
With some Nutella on it.
Ugh.
I don't eat that, but like those people, they eat Nutella.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Like they do their avocado toast 100%.
For sure. Yeah.
They do that. Not an avocado guy.
Nope.
The only Nutella I eat is if it's in a cake, which like this Nutella like devil's food cake thing is delicious. I don't know if you ever had it.
I've not.
We made it like twice here, so I don't know. You weren't here, but it slapped.
Yeah,
it's the only time I had Nutella. I've tried like I was like, I've never had Nutella, so let me try it. And it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like, it's not disgusting, but it's like, I'm not.
It's because it looks so much like chocolate, but isn't quite.
Yeah, it's just such an off thing. It seems like, but for some, like we still have it, so it's like sometimes I'm tempted to just be like, I'm gonna try this again.
Yeah,
but not for me right now.
But yeah,
Facebook would say no.
Fucking vegans.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
What's your story?
Right. So I remembered it because you brought up nut butter, and you may or may not know there is a recall on Jif peanut butter right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like the Jif peanut butter that you probably have downstairs that you may or may not eat on a semi-regular basis is probably been recalled because a large amount of peanut butter was potentially contaminated with salmonella, which I'm dying to know how there's a contamination there. Like, I don't know how the peanut butter industry works. I don't know the factories that it's made in, but I feel like peanut butter is something that lasts a long time and you don't have to take many precautions with. Whereas like something like chicken, right? Chicken is known for giving people salmonella poisoning.
Yeah, it's not cooked all the way.
Yeah, if it's not cooked all the way, or if you just leave it out a little too long and it's fucking it's starting to like warm up and bacteria can grow on it, you're gonna get salmonella. Like, sorry, get fucked.
What even happens if you get it?
I don't know.
You're just like a little sick. Like they make it seem like it's such a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably like the runs.
What's new?
Yeah.
Get that at least once a year.
Exactly. Probably not that big of a deal. I don't think anybody's dying from salmonella. But anyways, so like that's why I'm trying to figure like how does peanut butter get contaminated with it? Because like are you also having raw chicken slide across
Yeah.
your factory belts or what's going on here? But anyways, so they recalled a fuck ton of peanut butter, and I'll send you the list of barcodes after we're done recording here, and you can go check your peanut butter downstairs.
Okay.
So I looked at the like it was either the barcode or the whatever it was, one of the numbers that's on a jar of peanut butter you can look at. It's just a whole list of them. And I looked at this and I go, oh shit, I should check because I only buy Jif. Exclusively I'm a Jif boy.
Right.
And I had a big jar of peanut butter sitting right next to me on the desk while I was reading this thing. I was like, well, let me fucking look. And sure enough, there it was, 40-ounce peanut butter with my barcode. And I would go, well, this peanut butter's nearly gone. I'm not going to throw it out.
Yeah.
So I finished it. And I was out of peanut butter. And I was like, well, fuck. Like, I know I'm going to go to the store and all the Jif peanut butter is going to be gone from the shelf because once there's a recall, stores pull it immediately. Because obviously, you get caught selling that shit, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But I ended up going to Walmart because I needed groceries and I needed peanut butter because I had bread and I had crackers, but I had nothing to put on them. So I go and sure enough, they got fucking Skippy.
Peter Pan.
They got Peter Pan, which I'm okay with. I will eat Peter Pan when there's no other option. But they didn't have. They either had a fucking huge container of Peter Pan, which I didn't want.
Dude, I swear to God, every time I see Peter Pan, it's like a fucking 80-ounce jar. It's
like,
always ginormous.
I don't need that because by the time I'm done with this, Jif will have been back for decades.
Yeah.
So I didn't need something that big. And the small container peanut butter that they had was crunchy peanut butter. I'm not going to get crunchy peanut butter. What do I look like? Fucking chipmunk?
Yeah, nothing. I was going to say, well, what are you going to make up here?
That was really hard for me. So I go, I'm not buying crunchy Peter Pan. I'm not buying a big thing of Peter Pan. So I was like, I don't know what to do. I need peanut butter. So I'm like, I'm looking at my options. I'm like, get down on my knees, or like I squat down. I'm like sorting through the crunchy Peter Pan. I'm like, maybe there's a creamy in here somewhere. And then I'm looking at the generic Walmart brand peanut butter, and I go, if anything, I suppose I'll get this. I'm not getting Skippy because fuck Skippy peanut butter. Tastes like the bottom of a shoe. So I was like, I don't know. I said like I had a generic jar, and then I just like take one last look where I see they pulled all the Jif, and sure, thank the Lord in heaven above, one jar, small but one jar, had rolled all the way into the back and was forgotten about by the Walmart employees.
So it's not expired.
So I grabbed it. I checked; it wasn't expired, but I pulled up the barcode list, and this jar that I was holding was recalled. Could have salmonella, and I was like,
"Wait, you said Jif?"
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking Peter Pan for some reason.
No. One jar of Jif rolled all the way to the back, and I fucking grabbed it, checked the barcode. It was recalled. Should not be buying it. And I go right in the cart without hesitation. And besides the fact of looking it up, I just right in the cart. Did not care. And I get to the self-checkout after the rest of my grocery shopping. I get to the self-checkout and I scan the peanut butter and it says error. Please see attendant or some shit like that. And I was like, fuck, of course they've pulled the barcode from the system in case they, God forbid, forget a jar of peanut butter somewhere. And some schmuck like me tries to buy the jar of peanut butter that is at risk of poisoning him. So I'm like, fuck, I can't buy this peanut butter. So I set it down and the woman comes over. She goes, oh, I'll take that for you. I go, oh, well, let me just like shoot my shot here. It actually isn't like, it's not scanning. She goes, it's not scanning. I go, no. She goes, oh, let me take a look at that. And so she looks at the jar, like scans the barcode on her phone with like the Walmart app. It shows up in the app because, they're not going to pull it from the app. And she goes, oh, well, we sell it here. And I go, yeah.
No shit,
Because
Sherlock.
she has no, in that moment, I realized she has no idea that
Yeah,
there's
they
a
did
peanut
not
butter
tell their
recall. Yeah,
employees.
no, there's no way. So I'm like, okay, good. As long as she doesn't look up or ask somebody why, I think we're in the clear. And so she just looked up the price, threw it in manually, and I was like, here I am with an illegal jar of Jif.
You should
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
save that.
Oh, I'm already halfway through it.
She'd be like, this is, remember that time when Jiff had salmonella? I got the one jar.
I've got the one jar. So I bought it and I told Shannon about it, and she goes, that's gonna be the jar, Joe. Like, that's gonna be the one jar in the entire batch that has salmonella. And I'll be like, well, then it was well worth it, because I will die doing what I love, and that is eating peanut butter. Are you looking up what salmonella does?
Yeah. Most people with salmonella infection have diarrhea, fever, and stomach cramps.
So nothing that I don't get on a monthly basis anyways.
Symptoms usually begin 6 hours to 6 days after infection.
Oh, so I could still get it.
And last 4 to 7 days. I wonder if that's what I had when I got chicken, what's it called? Boneless chicken wings from Applebee's, and ate them, tasted fine, and then oh no. Wait. I did get diarrhea from eating those the one time. But there was something where I literally, man, what was it? I ate something and I was down. I talked about it on the podcast before, but I literally was like, I shit.
And you threw up in the tub. I remember
and then
this.
I threw up in the tub. And
I tell that story to people all of the time.
I told the story of me to Tyler's upstairs neighbor.
Shitting on his floor?
Shitting on his floor because we're like hanging out, and kid was like, oh, Dave, you should tell him this story. I'm like, all right, sure, I don't care.
Jesus Christ.
And then I also told the story when Tyler's mom kissed me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder if I remember I had salmonella. I could have had salmonella with for the chicken.
Well, from the
you know what it was? It was Original Pancake House. I had their fucking French toast, so it wasn't chicken. I did have eggs, but how often do you get salmonella from eggs?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it was. The first time was Original Pancake
House. You can though, right? From like if you eat like raw eggs.
Yeah, I think so.
That's why they tell you not to eat like cake batter or brownie mix or some shit like that, or cookie dough. Fuck that. You gotta keep eating that shit.
I remember that day specifically now.
Yeah.
Me and dad and I got food at Pancake House, came back from a bike ride, went over to Family Video when it was still around, got like 6 movies, something like that, because I was like, rack them all in because I can get free shit. And then we watched the movie. Uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable the whole time.
Right.
Not knowing that I had to shit, but I was just like, and I didn't feel bad. It was just like, I don't know. I remember like after I'm like, oh my God, I was pretty uncomfortable watching that movie. And I know it kind of sounds like one of those things like, you know how like something happens and people are like, oh, it did seem. I'm like, okay, you're just saying that. But I do remember like kind of moving a lot. Not that I felt bad or felt like I was gonna shit or whatever. But after the movie finished, I was like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like something is pushing against my asshole right now.
Something is banging at the door and it's coming in or coming out rather.
And I literally just sat down and I was just like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Like I was just like, I want to just put a blanket around me. And I was just like, oh, and then it was just like, I have to throw up. Like I'm not turning around and put my face in that shit.
No, that's how you're going to get fucking pink eye.
And then I just threw up, and then I was like down for the count for like 2 days. Damn. Straight up threw up on the living room floor upstairs because I did not want to move. From like I literally rolled off the couch and was just like bleh, liquid, just clear liquid.
Yeah.
And then later that day it was black. It was straight up black. I was like, damn. It was everything that I ate.
Yeah.
Then it was water, and then I was puking out black bean soup.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Just pure bile coming out of your body.
Dude, in the middle of me telling a story, I was thinking of something else to tell. Something else popped in, or while you were telling your story. What were you telling before that? Are you talking about salmonella?
Yeah, Jif story.
Peanut butter.
Basically, what I was going to say is it sounds no worse than like food poisoning.
Yeah, because that's what I thought I had. I was like, probably
Yeah,
food poisoning.
which like I've had before, and it
It seems
fucking
the same,
sucks.
except that maybe it lasts a little bit longer.
It might last a little bit longer, maybe a little bit more pain.
Yeah.
Because like food poisoning, I'm not in a lot of pain. Food poisoning, you're just like nonstop diarrhea.
Yeah.
Or throwing up. Or both. Could be a nursery.
Wait, what?
From John Mulaney. This is an On Fire Garbage Can.
Yeah.
Could be a nursery.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm willing to risk it. And I've been advertising it to everybody that I bought an illegal jar of peanut butter that could have salmonella. So if it's up to 6 days that I could experience symptoms, like up to 6 days after,
yeah,
I'm gonna give it until I finish the jar, because maybe maybe it's at the bottom of the jar, maybe it's at the top of the jar, maybe it's mid. I don't know if it spreads throughout the whole jar. I don't know how salmonella works, but I've had the jar now for probably 3 days, so there's still a chance.
Okay, yeah, still a chance.
Yeah.
This is the thing I thought about. I was sent this what is that? This is not the same thing. Let's do it on my phone. I was sent this quiz. I was like, oh, what city should you live in? Based on your lifestyle.
Okay.
And so I wanted you to take it.
All right.
It's like could be like 25 questions, but whatever.
Go for
and the
it.
other one that I sent like a big group. Were you? I don't know if I sent it in the group. If you're in this group,
based on the way you talk.
Yeah.
You beat it that one.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I sent in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So this one is pack your bags. This is the U.S. city you should live in based on your lifestyle.
Okay.
Okay. So
not the one it's not going to predict which one I do live in. It's going to say which one I should live in.
Yeah. And
Okay.
maybe it is Orlando. Who knows?
I'll fucking kill myself if it is.
So do you prefer owning or renting a place?
Owning. I guess I've only ever rented owning.
Yeah, so I don't. And I'll also read the options. There's two. Obviously, it's either For this one, it's I don't mind renting. I prefer to buy a home.
I prefer to buy a home.
Right. How do you prefer to commute to work? Train or bus? Driving? Walking or bicycling? I prefer to work remotely.
Remotely.
Yeah, for some reason I would prefer to work remotely, but I just chose driving because I was
if I had to get to work, driving. But I
don't know who's not. I don't know. Maybe I pick driving, but either way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I would. Either way. Where does your money go after work? I usually relax at home and don't spend much money. A fun local festival, art gallery, or show. Happy hour with coworkers. Renting a bike or a kayak to enjoy the outdoors. Shopping, ordering food.
God.
I would say it's not the first two.
No.
Or renting a bike.
Definitely not.
Either happy hours with coworkers, shopping, or ordering food. I don't think it's shopping. I don't know how much you shop.
Yeah, I do some online shopping, but I wouldn't say most of my money. I would say it's probably a mixture of shopping and ordering food, honestly. My money goes somewhere.
I would say
bills mostly.
I think food more.
Yeah.
Choose a weekend activity. Seeing a movie, hiking, walking to a farmer's market, going to a sports game, brunching, enjoying out a night on the town with friends.
Probably night on the town.
Let's talk about housing. Do you value spending money on square footage? Yes, I need space. No, I'm not too worried about the size of my home.
I would like space.
Yeah, I feel like everybody. I chose that. Do you mind living with a roommate to save money? Roommates are a no for me. I don't mind sharing a place.
I'm going to say assuming they're not counting like a significant other as a roommate, roommates are a no for me.
I think they would, right?
No.
Splitting it.
Yeah, but like we're talking about like a significant other, right? Like somebody you are like could potentially spend the rest of your life with. So like, you know.
Are you willing to spend more monthly? Are you willing to spend more monthly for updated amenities? Yes, I need a dishwasher and in-unit laundry. No, I don't mind living in an older place.
Yeah, I need dish. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Yeah.
How
What
do
is
you
this,
view
the
your
1800s?
right? How do you view your home? As a place where I can host others frequently, as a place that I can invest in long term, as a place to sleep, as a cozy and relaxing sanctuary, as a place to house my necessities, as a place where I can be productive.
Host others.
When you spend money on food, it looks like a big old grocery haul so that you can meal prep for the week, take out for nearly every meal, meeting up with friends for dinner a few times per week, spending money frequently at a coffee shop,
Bless you.
grabbing happy hour drinks or going out with friends. It varies week to week.
Varies week to week.
Yeah. You toss that in there. It's like,
yeah.
I feel like
because I initially was like, oh, grocery, but then it said meal prepping for the whole week, and I go, nah, I don't fucking meal prep. I buy a lot of groceries and I eat them all in one night.
Yeah, it's gone immediately. What are you most likely to spend money on during the summer? Tickets to a baseball game, patio dinner, food festival, live concert, national park, renting a boat with friends.
Oh, I feel like renting a boat would be kind of cool.
That would be.
Yeah.
Would you spend extra money each month to live in your favorite city?
A little bit extra money, yeah.
Would you mind living in the suburbs? No, I'm a city dweller all the way. I don't mind suburban life.
I guess I live in the suburbs now. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
The burbs.
What vacation are you most likely to plan? Touring a city with exciting museums and culture? Lame. Staying in a cabin outside a scenic mountain range, sitting by the beach, booking a stay at. Dude, I swear to God, they fucked this sentence up, or I'm just stupid.
Okay.
Booking a stay at an all-inclusive. Okay, it's just the triple A's in the row, I think. Booking a stay at an all-inclusive resort. Visiting a city with a vibrant nightlife, visiting a destination for its food.
That's a lot of good options.
Yeah, they really are. The first one, but that's just me.
What was the first one?
The museums.
Yeah, I really liked the cabin, but a lot of the city ones are really good too.
Yeah.
What was this? Was planning a trip?
Vacation are you most likely to plan?
Vacation. I guess most likely to plan. I don't know that I've ever planned a trip to a cabin on a scenic mountain range. So I guess what were the city options again? Not the museum one.
You got beach, inclusive resort, all-inclusive resort, vibrant life, destination for its food. The city one was the vibrant nightlife one.
So I'm either going food or vibrant nightlife. Vibrant nightlife.
How well do you manage your money overall? I am good at saving and don't live above my means. I budget fairly well and I'm working on improving. I struggle sticking with my budget. I don't actively think about my finances.
I struggle sticking with my budget. I actively think about them.
What financial practice are you working on? Paying off credit card debt, hitting savings goal, paying off car, home, or other loan, investing.
Paying off car loan.
Choose a category where you're willing to spend a little bit of extra cash. Housing, food, entertainment, transportation, travel, shopping.
Entertainment.
Hey, Joe, we could live together, man.
Oh, shit.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, wow. What are the chances? Oh fuck! I gotta tell Shannon not to watch this episode.
Yeah, that's what I got. And that's the one girl that was in the group that we were sent to me, and she got that too. And at first, she goes, "Oh, me and Dave can be neighbors," and then the other girl was like, "Oh, you and Dave could be roommates," and I was like, "Oh, for sure." I thought for sure I was gonna be like Tennessee because I was like entertainment, food destination.
Yeah.
You know, I said live concert. So I was like, I'm feeling I'm gonna get like Nashville or something like that.
Yeah.
And
And no, that's it's funny because I say regularly that like the further like because I don't like Florida. The furthest south I would like permanently live and like buy a house would be like North Carolina.
oh yeah, I would go Carolinas for
Yeah,
sure.
because like there it's like it's still not terribly hot. You can get like the summers can get pretty toasty, but like you can still get some snow depending on where in North Carolina you are. Charlotte very rarely sees snow, but will. And like I like the just the fact that it changes season is enough for me. It's not always summer like it is in this fucking hellhole.
Yeah, there's some
That and it's a little bit closer to home.
right 10 hours. Something like that.
So
It's all out. But and then I was like, so I was like, oh, I'm surprised I didn't get Nashville. And then I was like, yeah, but no. I was like, yeah, I said no roommates though, so
yeah,
no offense.
sorry.
He was like, yeah, I said no roommates either, so I was like, oh, perfect. Yeah, neighbors is good.
Yep,
But yeah, I had that one.
I like that. The Johnny Depp verdict came out yesterday.
Yeah, mom called me. She was like,
Yeah, I was at work and I had the phone because I heard somebody like say it in the background while I was in our excuse me. I was in base, which is like our break area. And I heard somebody kind of like mention it in the background. They're like, "Oh, I think a verdict's in," and so I immediately pulled it up on my phone because like the tab has been just saved forever. And sure enough, they said it was like 2:30, and they said verdict reach will be read at 3 p.m. And I'm like, "Fuck yes, let's go." And so I'm sitting there watching it, doing my job. And at 3 p.m., and I make an announcement over the intercom, and I go, just in case anybody cares, that they've reached a verdict in the Johnny Depp trial. They're going to be reading it right now. And so we were all like, they had the TVs on or the TV on in the break room and like turned all the way up so we could hear it. I had my phone on so I could pay attention and still do my job. The window was open for like the office part of the building. So like people were just like crowding around the window listening to my phone. And we're all just like, what the fuck's going to happen? Like, who's going to win? And it was fucking awesome. Shout out Johnny Depp. Amber Heard can fucking lick my hairy asshole. So happy for him.
Yeah, she got like what, 2 million?
She got 2 million. He got 15 million.
Yeah.
Which is sick. Could you imagine? Just like a group of, I think it was like seven jurors. Could you imagine 7 people deciding how much money you get from your ex?
Imagine she goes on like a killing spree for the jurors now. Like you would never think
absolutely
think
fucks up 7 people.
Never be in witness protection for a defamation hearing.
Yeah, but you didn't meet Amber Heard.
Yeah, but you didn't meet the psycho, or she just like shits in everybody's bed. You know,
that's so. I was talking to somebody today at work. He goes, "Their argument for anything after bringing up her shitting in the bed, should have been, yeah, but she pooped in his bed.
Yeah, she made duty.
Yeah, like you dookied on his pillow and then blamed it on the dog.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Like who shits in a bed on purpose?
Well, like the real question, did we talk about it on here? It's like, did she poop on the bed or did she poop somewhere else and then picked it up and then tossed it on the bed?
Right. Which is worse?
Yeah, because one, it's like you had to put a bag over your hand and then pick up the shit.
She probably didn't bag it.
Or 2, no, but like for her hand. Oh, you think she just touched straight?
I'm thinking she's just touching straight poop.
Or she just like squat, which
it's not an easy task.
Yeah, it's so difficult. Or do you think she just like did you see the pictures of it or no? Did they show pictures?
Yeah.
Was it
it's
like
all blurred
turd?
out, but It was a solid turd.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, was it like, what if she just like completely just sat there on the
And just
sheet
let it
and just
smush into
fucking
the sheet.
just and just earthquake under her, like a
Oh,
tsunami under her of mud.
ew. Don't call it mud.
Oh. But yeah, that was mom told me about that, and she was asking me questions. I was like, I don't know, you have to call Joe because he was watching it like it was fucking job.
Yeah, I know so much about that shit. People were
And
like, because all the way they were reading the verdict, the juror that was the people whoever was reading it, it was a woman reading it. She just kept saying, would say question, blah 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 blah, answer yes, and it's like everyone's like, what does all this mean? What does all this mean? I go, they had to answer yes to I think 21 questions. There were three different
21
statements.
questions, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, 20. Oh, that's the game. 20 questions.
Yeah.
Oh,
There were three different statements that Johnny Depp was like suing for. And for each of those statements, there was 7 questions. And basically, if they had to answer yes to all of the questions for Johnny Depp to win the trial. At least that's the way that Amber Heard's lawyer phrased it. But I think that that wasn't necessarily true because with like in Amber Heard's case, she was also suing for like 3 different counts. I think it was 3, and she got one of them. So like they answered yes to 7 questions for one statement that Johnny Depp and his lawyer made. And that's how she got $2 million.
You can't trust her lawyers because they're probably like brain dead or something.
Yeah. And whereas Johnny Depp, all 3 statements, they answered yes to every single one. So as they were answering yes, I go, this is good. The more yeses, the better. The second they answer no to something, that's where things are going to get hairy. But they answered yes to every single question, which meant every single count of defamation she was charged for. Amber Heard fucking licks dick for a living.
So is Johnny Depp dating like his lawyer or something like that?
Oh, I wish. No, apparently his lawyer's in a committed relationship with somebody from, I think he's British.
Brits.
Yeah.
And
so I was like, fuck. Because like they totally were hitting it off.
Yeah, I would always see like, oh, look at him pull out that chair.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, bro.
He's such a gentleman.
But yeah, I was and then I also saw something today about it. And it's like something on TikTok. I was just like this guy being like, oh, could you believe that Amber Heard would go up against Johnny and Johnny Depp in this when he's got acting behind him? He's like, she would get a question asked and she'd be like, or she'd be sitting there and she'd be all like,
the faces that she made during this trial were so bad.
And it's like he goes, oh yeah, you could tell like that's okay. And then Johnny would be in like the box, the stand or whatever.
Yeah, on the stand.
And he'd get a question, be like, so this is what you said? Yes. Okay, and then blah blah. And then this is what you said though, right? Yes. But this is what you said, right? Yes, for the 3rd time. That is what I said. Boom. He's stone cold.
But the only thing that made me angry about Johnny Depp on the stand was how long it took him to answer questions. Like he just talks very slow.
Oh yeah.
And
dude, so at the beginning, when I first watched it, like the first week, when I saw him answering questions, I'm like, bro, it looks like he's trying to like make up this story. Like it literally like what that's like that's the one of like where it stepped on a bee or something like that. This first one.
This one?
Yeah. I think it was like, oh, he stepped on a bee and she like made a face. I'm like, why is she talking about her dog stepping on a bee? Like, what are we doing?
It's so like she's not an ugly person.
Dude, when I saw her in
oh god, an Aquaman,
I was like, oh man, who's this chick? And then Ben was like, yeah, that's Johnny Depp's psycho ex-wife.
yeah. When I first saw her in Aquaman, I was like, damn, she is hot. Yeah. But like she is fucking psychotic, and it was a good one. Oh, it's so bad.
Johnny Depp. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shave my facial hair to be Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
It's either that or I'm gonna try Robert Downey Jr. Or for Iron Man, I should say. Dude,
how do I stop sharing the screen? There.
It's up on a different. Yeah. Like when you were like I'll glance over at my shit and my picture and on the screen, and I'll see this here, and it's like it's slightly off. You know, it's like goes down further on this side.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, that's close enough. Look, first of all, it looks like the fucking.
Yeah, it does. It's doing the right thing. Yeah.
Doing the right thing. But then he's got like his comes down more. His is more like comes like it seems like a more right angle, and then he's got the fucking things. Like it comes here and he's got the things that go up, but like I don't got much. It's very, very faint here.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. But I feel like Johnny Depp, he's got this little thing and then just like this. And I was like, man, I could be Johnny Depp, man.
You could have $15 million.
Yeah.
I got one other story, and then I'm done.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the other night I was out. This was last week, probably after we recorded the last episode. I was out for my friend Stephanie's birthday. We went to Kitty's, the Buffalo bar that we always go to down here.
Right.
And I was out. I stayed pretty late. I think we left like right before close. So like they close at like 2 a.m. We probably left at like 1:30, 1:45. And run to the bathroom, close my tab, start walking out to the car, and start driving home. And right before, I shouldn't say right before, but like there's like, it's essentially like right before my house is how I'm going to word it. It's 5 minutes away, and it's like a left turn that I have to make. And there's a red light because it's a very main road. And this red light is notorious for the left arrow being very fast. So like it'll like let 3 or 4 cars through and then it's red again. So it's infuriating to have to be waiting for this red arrow. So I go up there. I'm the only car on the road because it's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. And I get up, the arrow's already red. Light screen, arrow's red.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just sit here. So I'm sitting there, and the thing's not turning green. Like the arrows, if there's a sensor, it's not sensing me. So I like inch forward, and I inch forward a little bit more, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's not turning green. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just fucking sit here. I don't care. Because like my thought process was, I'm not gonna run this light because I've been drinking. And like I was okay to drive, but like I'm not gonna run it. And God forbid there's a cop somewhere. And he goes, have you been drinking tonight? And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I go, I'm just going to sit here. And now a car pulls up behind me. And so now, of course, I'm thinking this could be the cop. And so I'm certainly not going. And then a car pulls up behind him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, now we're all fucking sitting here. And the light is still green, red arrow. Cars just going by every so often. I'm like, this is never going to change. Like it's just not. It's not going to. I either have to go through the green light and like cut across slightly, or run the red light. And so I'm sitting there and I look, and it has been 10 minutes. I'm very much fast forwarding, but it has been 10 minutes that I was sitting at this red light, just slowly losing my mind. It's a miracle I didn't fall asleep, if I'm being honest, because I was like dead tired at this point. I could not believe I did not fall asleep. And so I look behind me and I'm like, this guy's lights are not bright enough to be a police car. So I'm going to go for it. So I like inch forward a little bit more to see what he does. And he like kind of also inches forward. And I'm like, this guy's ready to go too. He's been sitting here probably, only 2 minutes less than I have. And so I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm fucking going for it. I make the left turn and I look in my mirror just to see it. And I'm like, okay. And he does the exact same thing without hesitation. He just goes right. And the car behind him, same thing, just fucking goes. And I was like, thank God, because fuck this light. And I think the only way it ever would have changed is if a car came up from the cross, the intersection,
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
like made my light turn red in order for both my lights to turn green. And that's just like never going to happen because the other road is a very not main road. So like nobody's coming down that way at 2:00, 2:30 in the morning. So we sat there for 10 minutes, the longest I've ever waited at a red light before I finally decided I'm running this red light. Fuck everything about this light. I fucking hate it. I'm so pissed.
Yeah, dude. Fucking. Dude,
I was livid.
What is the one? There's one light. I'm trying to think. I think it's the one Simcoe. It's like I don't even know, but I've definitely been to the ones where it's like, I mean, I've never waited that long, but it's like it's just one of those lights where it's like it feels like, dude, I'm like 3 cars went by. It's like, and it's red
Yeah.
again. Like, what do we?
Yeah. It's
It's
so aggravating. It just like, or it like doesn't know that you're there. And I'm like, get a fucking better light.
yeah.
Because it sure as shit wasn't on a timer.
Oh,
Because
no,
obviously 10 minutes, like that, what kind of timer
no
is that
shot.
shit?
No shot.
So I ran that shit and I don't regret it at all.
No, nothing's happened.
Yeah.
No cops knocking on your.
Yeah. And I checked too. Like, you know, I'm a big camera guy. I'm looking for all the cameras. There was no blue lights, no cameras on the things. I go, I'm good. I'm running this light.
Even if you what? They had to get 3 of you.
That's true.
It's like, okay, well, something was going on.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Not worried about it. But yeah, I was like, this is fucking bullshit. 10 minutes. And I can't believe I waited that long.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I think at this point it was kind of like a how long will it take sort of thing. But after 10, I was like, this is now my gas mileage is at risk here.
Oh, no. God forbid.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm fucking getting 39.1 miles to the gallon. I'm not gonna let that go away from a red light.
I mean, speaking of gas mileage,
Yeah.
I drove up to Niagara Falls, on Saturday
Mm-hmm.
to get my new tattoo,
Right.
and my gas mileage was banging. It was nice. Got up to like 25.
Oh.
And I've been chilling about like for a bit over 18.
That's
like,
pretty good,
okay.
especially in this day and age, this economy.
I'm liking it because that one time I wasn't going above 11.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got my new tattoo, so we'll show the internet.
It's fucking sick, dude.
Oh, bro, I fucking love it. It turned out so much better than I literally was picturing just like the reel to just be right on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And like over here, obviously I had it slanted, so there was like a white space here. But and so then he drew it up and everything. He was like, "Oh, we need a filler," and so we're trying to think of things. And I was like, "Oh, what about piano keys?" He was like, "Oh, that might work." And then he was drawing this little like off of this. It like, okay, so it's this big, and then it's getting smaller and smaller, and then it kind of turned into this wavy thing. So he was kind of doing like a little like wavy thing. That's what this thing is
Yeah.
up here. And when he was doing it, I was like, oh, I wonder if this was my edition right here to do the treble clef, because it kind of looked like it. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, what if we toss the treble clef in here? And he did that, and then you can't really see it, but like the piano still you can still see the piano, so you didn't just like stop it, and it fed through it, whatever. And so then like the next appointment, it's gonna be, we're probably gonna do like the film reel.
Yeah, I can see where he just like kind of like left that.
Yeah, so we're gonna, and then that'll be like some symbols.
And so that's the same arm you've got the saxophone on, right?
Yeah.
So that's like perfect that you have like the music up. Yeah.
So probably there'll be more music notes down there, most likely. But we got to find like he was like, hey, think about something that's going to be here. Like maybe some small filler stuff. He was like, maybe if you have like some video games you like, or I think I'm going to try and figure out like some movies or something. I don't know. Cause like I'm thinking maybe like Fast Furious, like maybe like 2 little cars, something like that, because I got my Mustang right here.
Yeah.
But who knows? But dude,
It's pretty sick. That's awesome.
it hurt like a motherfucking bitch.
Yeah. How long did it take?
Like 3.5 hours or something like that, or 4, because it was like, I swear to God, dude, this is the longest one I've ever done, because it was like all good and dandy. I watched Ant-Man the whole time, or for the first,
Yeah.
two
However
and a
long
half
Ant-Man
hours.
takes. Yeah.
And I was like, all good. And I realized that like once he like stopped and was like got up and we like kind of took our break, he had only done the outline. No shading has happened yet. And I'm like, oh my God. And then it was going. I was like, okay, it's fine. It's bearable. The last hour, probably, but it felt like 7 hours. I swear to God, it was just like, I was like, bro, if you touch me with that fucking needle again, I'm cranking back my left arm and hitting you in the face. It was just like, and he could tell that I was just like, I was getting there. And he has this thing though that like, he sprayed it twice. It's like this numbing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you spray it on, he sprayed it on, like kind of wiped it over. And he was like, oh, it helps with the stuff that's already been hit, like touched and everything. And so if I go back over, you kind of won't feel it. And like as soon as he put the needle back on, like he sprayed it, went to the bathroom and like soaked in. It soaks in very quickly. The first like probably minute, really probably wasn't that long. I was like, oh my, it doesn't feel like anything's like, it literally felt like he was just poking with his finger.
Yeah.
Can't you just fucking
yeah, like really do me up with that.
shower me with this stuff? Come on. But yes, it was
How
like,
nice would it be like if they gave you like a shot of Novocaine, right in the arm,
right,
and then went and did a tattoo? You'd be fucking fine for an easy 2 hours.
I'd be golden.
Yeah,
I would be golden. But yeah, he was like, yeah, usually I like to push because he likes to get locked down. He said,
yeah,
and I was like, yeah, man. I was like, I think I know my limit now. I think we're gonna have to go a little bit less than that.
yeah.
Or just like figure out what I want to do and just do the outline of everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then come back and do the shading, or like get something done here and be like, okay, that's done, and then like move on to like, obviously it's kind of hard to like jump around because you want to do it all like,
Yeah, you want to.
So if it was a possibility, I'd be like, all right, let's do the shoulder, okay, and then let's bounce down to like the forearm.
Yeah.
If we just want to like bang out a bunch of shit in one day, but yeah, obviously, because it's like been so long. I'm like, yeah, I'll be good. Obviously, I know what it feels like. I've done half sleeve and everything, and then it was like, okay, yeah, feels normal, whatever. The first, I was like, I was sitting like a rock. I was literally sitting there watching my movies. I brought 2 granola bars in, a water. I had my gum. I was like, I'm ready, dude. I'm so ready for this. Better than my other ones. Because the one time I woke up, didn't eat anything.
Yeah.
Just went there, and during it, I was like, I'm gonna pass out. But yeah, like literally sitting there, watch my phone, not just trying to make sure I don't move my arm. So I literally grab a granola bar. I'm like using my mouth. I'm like using my chin.
Yeah.
And then I'm opening up my water bottle with one hand, moving the cap slightly to the side, ripping it. I'm like, putting it back on. I'm like, okay, this is working. And I was good. I was watching the whole movie. I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, wow, I'm surprised I'm sitting. I also did put some Aspercreme on it, which is like got like lidocaine in it.
Yeah.
Like an hour and a half before we put on, so that really got soaked in too. I think maybe I'll just put like a nice thick layer on next time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I'm really doing good. Like, I was like, I'm proud of myself. And then it got to the shading.
Yeah, that shading fucks you up.
I was like, bro.
That's why I want to do this in like very small bits, like just have them very like like just basically one planet at a time. Because even this, but a lot of it was like the way my arm was situated for this,
Yeah.
because I had to do the fucking dangle.
Oh, right.
So like I was just like by the end of it, I was like, I
I'm
can't
surprised
feel.
she dangled that instead of just
Yeah,
having
I
you
was too.
sit.
Like she could have very easily just been like this, but she dangled, and I was like, I am going to. I can't feel my fingers
Yeah.
at all. So, but
Yeah, that's like worse than the tattoo itself.
yeah,
It's literally like the numbing of like
every time she
pins and
pulled away, I
needles.
would just be like,
Yeah, at one point I was just like I was moving. I was going like I realize you can't see what I'm doing.
yeah,
I was going like this, doing this.
yeah, because you got to get the something flowing. You like
Yeah.
your body's getting stagnant just sitting there. That's
Yeah.
why I like this one. It took like fucking not this one. This one also took like 5 fucking minutes because
Yeah,
it's
bro.
just an outline.
I would take words and outlines all day
Yeah,
long.
this was so fast. Why can't I show it though? This was like
If I had like a bunch of just words,
yeah. Oh,
so I'd be like,
easy. 20 this I think 20 minutes. This took 5. Literally was in and out of the chair. Fucking incredible.
dude, 20 minutes. If I had a 20-minute tattoo, that would be. I mean, that's why like this one. It was obviously it's like okay, the
Yeah.
obviously it was like okay, yeah, it's a tattoo. Like it's like it's not comfortable, it's not enjoyable, and,
Yeah.
you know, but it's not. It's not this.
Yeah.
I just yeah. So it's like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's nothing.
Yeah, I'll sit for those all day, every day, but you get to an hour, 2 hours. Like even this took over 2 hours, I think, and it's pretty small. Like
Yeah, I mean, this guy tattooed fast. I mean,
yeah,
he was doing it pretty quickly.
that's wild.
Because I'll tell you after this part, but yeah, he was going like pretty. I could tell, and I think he was trying to go a little bit faster because he was like feeling my pain. He was just like you know how they have their paper towel like right there.
Yeah.
Like, they're like he was doing the little lines. He was like. I was like, I better not be fucking sloppy, bro.
Some straight goddamn lines.
I have not really like inspected. I know like so like you know how the film reel, it's got like on the outer, it's got like the little
mix, yeah.
yeah. I don't know if you can see any here. Not really. I don't even know where. Oh, there they are. They're like right there.
Oh yeah.
And it looks pretty fucking good to me. I don't notice anything. My arm is just peeling like a bitch.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I've put on so much.
The sheer amount of shading that he did on that.
Yeah, I've put on so much. Whatchamacallit?
Aquaphor.
And then lotion. I've been doing lotion now. But yeah, it's like feels just like yesterday. It was like it felt like I had like sunburn on my arms because
Yeah.
it was like irritating.
Yeah.
And I was like, and my sleeve was just like on it the wrong way, I think. And I was like, this is weird. I've never felt that before. But
so when it starts itching, then I'm just like,
yeah, I was just like, I would be like, all right, I'm just gonna hit it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I
couple
do.
smacks, good to go.
But yeah, next one, July 12th.
Damn, coming up.
Yeah, and I think after that, I'm gonna be like, let's space it out because don't want to be breaking the bank here, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I might start saving up for another one. We'll fucking see. I texted I think I've told this multiple times now. I've messaged the tattoo artist, but she hasn't gotten back to me. Besides saying yes, she would like to do the rest of the sleeve. So
yeah, that was the first thing. It was like, oh, he showed up. You know, I was happy about that.
Yeah.
And then brother John came over on Sunday,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, hey, you want to see my tattoo? He's like, oh, nice. He was like, who did it? And I was like, oh, your boy. He was like, fuck you. He was like, I'm so fucking angry right now. He's like, no. He's like, oh, let me look at it. He's like, it looks so good too. He's like, fuck, man.
Yeah, he's
like,
not happy about that.
He was like, I'm gonna have to fucking. He's like, you know what we should do? Make an appointment, and I'm just gonna show up.
There you go.
He's like a little switcheroo. He's like, I think I'm just gonna have to drive up there. I was like, yeah, dude. Like, I mean, just fucking show up. Like, yo, what's up, bro? Tattoo me. But yeah, that's it.
That's all I got.
To trivia. And so, do we even have to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it. Boom, share. Going to see the new Top Gun.
Oh, I'm so I watched that movie so badly.
Because I watched I just saw the first one yesterday.
On Netflix?
Oh, it's on Netflix?
Yeah.
watched it on
Oh,
Prime.
actually, no. I think they just took it off Netflix.
Oh yeah, I watched it on Prime. Yeah, I'd never seen it like fully. Like,
Neither. I don't know that I've seen it. I think I have, but like it had been a long time. So I watched on Netflix the other night because I was thinking about the new movie, and I was like, damn, this is a good fucking movie. And so I'm very excited for this new one.
And I'm seeing a lot of people be like, "Oh, y'all falling in love with Miles Teller now? I fell in love with him back in Footloose," and I'm like, "Yeah," because like, dude, Footloose is bomb. Like,
Yeah, fucking slaps.
And I'm like, wait, people didn't know who Miles Teller was? Like, he's been in so many movies.
I know. People are fucking oblivious.
Yeah, or I'm thinking, I think those people who are like, oh, they fell in love, they're like trying to be like, oh, I've been following him since that. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, can we just enjoy? Like, who cares? Yeah, he's got a smoking hot body now because he's eating 6 eggs, a protein shake, having a snack, then eating 20-ounce steaks, and doing
Dude's fucking ripped.
1,000 push-ups every day. I've seen like stuff like they talk about like behind the scenes of what happened. They're like, yeah, dude, they'd call cut and immediately we start doing push-ups, or they'd have the rubber bands. So we keep doing this. So then when they call like action, we're just like jacked, you know?
God.
Gotta have those veins popping out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Pick a number.
14.
12, 14. Which UK label is associated with a dog named Nipper?
Yo.
Which UK label is associated with a dog named Nipper?
I have no idea.
I don't get that UAK label or UK label.
Yeah, it's like which like brand?
I don't give a fuck. HMV? What? Okay. Which country were the 1948 Summer Olympic Games held in?
1948.
We got it. Which means we gotta get the map out.
1948. Which country did it say?
Yeah.
That helps narrow it down a little bit. 48.
Continent? Oh, that would actually really narrow it
No, I was thinking which city.
down. Oh, yeah.
Which country? 48. 1948. I can't even think of countries anymore. All of a sudden, I've forgotten every country in the world.
Every time I think of Olympics, for some reason, the city pops in my head. So. All right, oh, fuck. I'm thinking city.
Yeah, it's country.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of a country. Right?
I mean, if you name a city, we know which country you're talking about.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna go not confident, but there we go.
What you got?
I said Spain.
Thinking Greece.
I think you might be right.
UK.
United Kingdom.
And you're closer.
It should be, right? Spain's right there at the tip.
UK. And there's fucking Spain, and Greece is over here.
Right there in your mouse keeps circling over it. Right down, right there.
Oh yeah, Greece, right there.
Yeah, that's just the words it's pointing at the
pointing, yeah, I got it. Right
so
there.
I'm closer.
Yeah, well, it doesn't fuck out, so I don't give a fuck. Stupid ass. I'm still at 0. Obviously, it doesn't count, but
Yeah, you are still at 0. You got to make a big comeback.
Um, underscore David Sharkey underscore is my Instagram. At dshark101 is my Twitter. Eat of the week. Yesterday, I got. Oh, never mind. The other day, Friday night, I went to Barbell.
Oh, yeah.
Ben,
I've only heard good things about that place.
bro, I got 2 frozen strawberry lemonades.
Okay.
We and Ben split a chicken wing pizza, fire, and a single order of Cajun honey barbecue wings. Bro, I like barbecue. I mean, I like barbecue wings. I very often just get medium because it's like medium.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing against barbecue wings.
Yeah.
And I love Cajun wings from Carbone's. Like, those are good. And then when Ben was like, "Yo, you go with barbecue?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "They have these Cajun like honey barbecue." I'm like, "Bro, they were so good."
Really?
This is the best wing place I've ever been to. I should try their just plain medium wings.
Yeah.
See what those.
Well, that's
like.
the place that Samantha goes to all the time. Like, I mean, fucking every other weekend I'm seeing on her story, she's at Barbell. That's like her favorite place to get
Dude,
wings.
it is so good. And East Aurora, I like East Aurora.
Yeah.
I mean, there was just like, I mean, there were like 3 other bars. There's a brewery right next door. I want to go to this one place because they were playing banging music,
Yeah.
country music they were playing, and I'm like, I want to go. I want to be there. But Ben was like, "Oh, we should make this like a monthly thing," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'd be down for that." But then I also wouldn't be down for that because it's like, fuck, spending money.
Yeah, shit's expensive.
It's like, come on, bro, what are you doing? But yeah, that's my food.
You can follow me on my photography Instagram, Sharky_photography. The regular Instagram is Secret Agent Sharky. And my YouTube channel is Joe Sharky. My eat of the week is I had some really, this is not going to be it. I do want to talk about it though. The other day, me, Shannon, and 2 of our friends went mini golfing. And there was a really long wait to start mini golfing. So we went across the street to the hotel to grab drinks and some little snacks beforehand. And the chips and salsa that they had, the salsa was fucking amazing. I have no idea if it was like in-house salsa, but it was so good. That's what I just want to talk about. However, that is not going to be my eat of the week. It is going to be let's go with the grilled everything that I made for Memorial Day, that same day that we went mini golfing. We came back to our house and I grilled corn on the cob, chicken, burgers, hot dogs, and veggie burgers for Shannon. Yeah. And now I don't like hot dogs and I don't like the veggie burgers, but everything else was fucking incredible. The grilled corn specifically is going to be my eat of the week because I love grilled corn, especially when I make it.
Really obsessed with that.
Yeah, it's good, dude.
I've never had grilled corn.
You're missing out.
I just started being okay with eating corn on the cob because I was like, all right, fine, I'll butter and salt it and deal.
Yeah, that can be pretty annoying sometimes. You don't even have to butter and salt grilled corn on the cob. I do, but you don't have to.
I feel like for some reason some Cajun spice on that would feel
it'd slap.
Dude.
It'd be so good.
Yeah.
As for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSGPod. That is CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast. We post our weekly clips. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We'll talk at you guys next week. Bye bye, everyone.